Okay, this is how to do Q20, which is ordering fractions. So you start with your first three fractions, in this case 1/10, 1/2, and 1/5. Ideally, they would all have the same denominator, but in this case they do not. So we need to identify how to get to a certain denominator. I can see that 10 is our biggest, and it is possible to go from 2 to 10 and from 5 to 10. So I'm going to find equivalent fractions for these two to make them all the same denominator so I can equally compare them. So 1/10, next one I'm going to do is 1/2. So 1/2 equals how many tenths? That's what I'm looking at because I want all of these denominators to be the same. So to go from 2 to 10, I multiply by 5. And what I do to my denominator, I have to do to my numerator. 1 times 5 is 5. So this fraction is the same as 5/10. I'm going to do the same thing in my 1/5. I need to make that equivalent to tenths. So 1/5 equals how many tenths? I would multiply this by 2. So I multiply this by 2. And that gives me 2/10. So here are my three fractions. I now have 1/10, 5/10, and 2/10, and I need to put them in order from greatest to least. So using my mouse, I'm going to drag my 5/10, which is my biggest. They all have the same denominator. 5 is my biggest numerator. So that's going to be dragged over here. Of course, everything goes away. My next biggest would be 1/5, which was the same as 2/10 over here. And then 1/10 would be my least fraction.